A vibrant and complex nation, from the enchanting shores of New England to the golden beaches of California, the United States is a tapestry of landscapes and cultures, with vast regions and cosmopolitan cities blending global influences. The United States enchants the spirit. The land of jazz, movies, freedom, and democracy, the United States leads the global economy with American innovation in technology, energy, and finance. From aviation to the internet, American ingenuity changed the world. Let's explore together and discover some of the most interesting and extraordinary facts about the United States of America. Number 1. United States Geography Facts. The United States, located in North America, is composed of 50 states and a federal district. Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. The United States has an area of approximately 9.8 million square kilometers. Its geography is diverse, ranging from Atlantic and Pacific coasts to vast plains, mountains, and deserts. It is bordered to the north by Canada, which shares the world's longest land border shared by two countries, and to the south by Mexico. The Mississippi River, one of the longest in the world, crosses the country from north to south. Major cities include New York, the largest city in the country, Los Angeles, a metropolis located on the Pacific coast, and Chicago, located in the Midwest of the United States, on the shores of Lake Michigan. The United States has a population of more than 333 million people, most of whom are concentrated in the eastern region and the Pacific coast. Alaska, the largest state, is located in the northwest, separated from the rest of the country by Canada. Number 2. United States Regions and Landscapes. The United States boasts a remarkably diverse landscape, stretching from the cold Alaskan tundras to the sun-baked deserts of Arizona. From majestic mountain ranges to expansive plains and picturesque coastlines, the country offers a wealth of natural beauty to explore. To the east, the Appalachian Mountains, with iconic peaks like those in the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Great Smoky Mountains, stretch along the Atlantic coast. Nestled within these forested hills and fertile valleys are charming historic towns waiting to be discovered. The coastal plains extend southward towards the Gulf of Mexico, characterized by vibrant southern culture, evident in its food and music. This region also boasts beautiful beaches and marshlands. Moving westward, we encounter the awe-inspiring Rocky Mountains, a massive chain stretching from Canada to New Mexico, and the Sierra Nevada, home to the famous Mount Whitney. These mountains offer breathtaking scenery. The Great Plains, known for its vast grasslands that were once home to Native American tribes, extends from the Mississippi River to the foot of the Rockies. The United States is a haven for nature lovers, with numerous world-renowned national parks. Yellowstone National Park, the oldest in the world, is famous for its geysers and diverse wildlife. Yosemite National Park in California stuns visitors with its impressive granite cliffs and giant sequoia trees. Other must-see parks include Glacier National Park with its majestic glaciers and alpine lakes, and Everglades National Park, a unique ecosystem of swamps and waterways. In addition, the Grand Canyon, a natural wonder in Arizona, offers spectacular views of deep gorges. Among the most famous waterfalls are Niagara Falls, located on the Canadian border, one of the most visited tourist attractions in the country. Lake Superior, the largest of North America's Great Lakes, and Lake Tahoe, with its crystal-clear waters on the California-Nevada border, are popular destinations for nature lovers. Number 3. Washington, D.C., capital of the United States. Throughout its history, the United States has had several capitals. Initially, cities such as Philadelphia, New York, and Annapolis served as administrative centers. However, in 1790, it was decided that Washington, D.C. would be the permanent capital. This choice was the result of a compromise between Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson, seeking a neutral location that would not favor any existing state. Washington, D.C., established on the banks of the Potomac River, was designed by French architect Pierre-Charles L'Enfant in a diamond-shaped plan with broad diagonal avenues. Today, the city's population is approximately 700,000, but its metropolitan area is home to more than 6 million people. Washington is the epicenter of the federal government of the United States, housing emblematic institutions such as the White House, official residence and executive headquarters of the President of the United States, the Capitol, impressive neoclassical building that houses the bicameral U.S. Congress, the Supreme Court, the highest judicial institution in the country where fundamental laws are interpreted. In addition, the city is home to numerous iconic monuments and museums, such as the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the 16th President, Abraham Lincoln, famous for its imposing seated statue and speeches inscribed on the walls. The Jefferson Memorial, marble obelisk honoring the third president and author of the Declaration of Independence. The Washington Monument, a white obelisk that honors the first president, George Washington, and offers panoramic views of the city. The Library of Congress, with more than 170 million books, the largest library in the world. The National Museum of Natural History, part of the Smithsonian. This museum houses millions of specimens of nature. The National Gallery of Art. It has a vast collection of Western art from the Middle Ages to the present. Number 4. What the United States is known for. Known for its vast diversity and extraordinary achievements in multiple fields that have left an indelible mark on history. From the Atlantic coast to the prairies of the West, the American nation stands as a vibrant tapestry of peoples and traditions. Known as the land of opportunity, it has been a magnet for immigrants from all corners of the globe who have woven their hopes and dreams into the American nation, giving life to a rich and diverse culture. At the heart of America beats an unwavering pioneering spirit. From the inventions that revolutionized industry to the scientific breakthroughs that propelled space exploration, leading the way in innovations that have transformed modern life, such as the incandescent light bulb, the telephone, the airplane, air conditioning, the personal computer, and the internet. In addition, the United States stands as the most powerful economy on the planet, an engine that drives world trade, a nation in constant evolution, with an undeniable capacity for reinvention and adaptation. In addition to its economic and social achievements, the United States has been a beacon of democracy and freedom that has inspired global democratic movements. The United States is also known for its enormous influence through film, music, and literature. Hollywood is synonymous with the film industry. American music, from jazz to country, has resonated around the world, breaking down cultural barriers. Number 5. California, the Golden State. Where the ocean meets the mountains, California emerges, a land of dreams, called the Golden Land. The richest state in the United States is a mosaic of dazzling landscapes, stunning highways, and vibrant cities that capture the essence of the American dream. Home to some of the most spectacular coastlines in the world, the Pacific Coast Highway offers breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean, with coastal destinations such as Big Sur, Malibu, and Santa Cruz, where waves attract surfers from around the world. Its beaches are an endless canvas of blue waves and golden beaches. From the coastal paradise of San Diego, a sunny city with a laid-back atmosphere, to the romantic bays of Carmel, offer a haven for every visitor. The state boasts iconic cities such as Los Angeles, the entertainment capital, dazzling with the magic of Hollywood, the bustle of Sunset Boulevard, and the luxury of Beverly Hills. The city is a cultural epicenter where creativity and innovation intertwine, with attractions such as the Santa Monica and Venice Beach being centers of culture and recreation. Further north, California is synonymous with innovation, with Silicon Valley, the cradle of the modern technological revolution. Companies like Apple, Google, and Tesla were born here, transforming the world with their breakthroughs. San Francisco also enchants with its Victorian architecture, the iconic Golden Gate Bridge, which stands as a symbol of progress and the American dream, and the historic Alcatraz, the world's most famous prison. Its rolling hills and tramways provide panoramic views that are simply unforgettable. Number 6. The Pacific Coast, Oregon and Washington State. Oregon is a state of contrasts, where wilderness meets vibrant culture, home to the native Chinook tribe, and where Lewis and Clark completed their historic expedition to the Pacific Ocean in 1805. A trip along the Oregon coast is an epic journey between cliffs, beaches, and whales. Our tour begins with the Oregon Coast Scenic Byway, enjoying places like the Samuel Boardman Cliffs, where you can hike the trails and enjoy panoramic ocean views. Just up the coast is Cannon Beach, famous for its iconic haystack rock formation. Walk along the beach, watch the waves crashing against the rocks, and enjoy the sea breeze. Among these beautiful places, a few miles from the coast, at the confluence of the Willamette and Columbia Rivers, is the city of Portland, the most populous city in the state, known as the City of Roses and chosen on several occasions as one of the most livable cities in the country. While in the state of Washington, on the northwest coast of the country, the beautiful and great city of Seattle stands out. The city is known as the City of Coffee, being a paradise for coffee lovers, with more than 2,000 coffee shops in the city. Seattle is one of the most scenic cities in the country, and home to major American giants companies such as Microsoft, Amazon, Boeing, and Starbucks. Number 7. The United States and religion. The original 13 colonies, the birthplace of today's United States, were established between the 17th and 18th centuries by European settlers seeking various opportunities, including religious freedom. The search for religious freedom was a fundamental factor in the founding of several of these colonies. For example, the Puritans, fleeing persecution in England, established the Massachusetts Bay Colony in 1630, seeking to create a holy society based on their strict Calvinist beliefs. Other colonies, such as Rhode Island and Maryland, were characterized by greater religious tolerance. Rhode Island, founded by Roger Williams in 1636, became a haven for those persecuted for their beliefs, while Maryland, established in 1634, was the first colony to pass a religious toleration law. Despite the differences between the colonies, religion played a crucial role in the daily lives of their inhabitants. Churches were the center of the communities, where religious services were held. Education was provided, and public affairs were discussed. Religion also had a significant impact on the colony's struggle for independence. Many colonists saw the war as a battle against the religious and political tyranny of Great Britain. Religious freedom was enshrined in the First Amendment to the Constitution, and historically the country has been influenced by a deep religious faith. To understand it is to better understand the identity and core values of the United States. Number 8. New England. New England is located in the northeastern United States and has a rich history that began with the arrival of English settlers in the 17th century. A visit to New England is like stepping into the historic heart of the country. You can start your journey by visiting Plymouth, Massachusetts, one of the first 2 American settlements. Here, you can visit a replica of the Mayflower, the ship that sailed in 1620, carrying a group of English pilgrims seeking religious freedom and a new life in North America. History buffs will also love exploring Boston, the heart of the American Revolution. Hike the Freedom Trail, a 2.5-mile path that winds through 16 important historic sites. Continue your journey to Providence, Rhode Island, the smallest state in New England, but the historic heart of the American Industrial Revolution. New England offers attractions for all seasons and tastes. Hit the slopes at the famous ski resorts of New Hampshire in winter, or witness the breathtaking fall foliage that attracts tourists worldwide to Vermont. If you love water activities, head to Casco Bay, located off the coast of Portland, Maine, a popular spot for kayaking and canoeing. New England is also home to world-renowned academic institutions, like Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts, the oldest and most prestigious university in the country, and Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut. No visit to New England is complete without indulging in its iconic dishes. Savor the delicious lobsters from Maine and the famous maple syrup from New Hampshire. Number 9. The expansion of the United States. The United States transformation from a collection of 13 colonies to the vast nation it is today has been a long and complex journey spanning over 2 centuries. This process involved a combination of purchases, wars, treaties, explorations, and even some controversies. Following the Treaty of Paris in 1783, which formally ended the Revolutionary War and granted international recognition to the newly independent United States, the nation's territory encompassed roughly 800,000 square kilometers. However, the landscape drastically changed in 1803 with the Louisiana Purchase from France. This acquisition doubled the size of the country, adding vast territories west of the Mississippi River and setting the stage for westward expansion. Subsequent territorial gains included the purchase of Florida from Spain in 1819, expanding the nation's southern reach, including Florida, parts of Wyoming, Colorado, and New Mexico. The period between 1845 and 1848 saw the annexation of Texas and the Mexican-American War, resulting in the acquisition of California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and parts of Colorado, Wyoming, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Further expansion came in 1867, with the purchase of Alaska from Russia, solidifying the country's presence in the northwest corner of North America. The Spanish-American War in 1898 added Cuba, Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines to the U.S. portfolio. Finally, the early 20th century saw the acquisition of the Virgin Islands from Denmark. Beyond territorial expansion, the United States also experienced significant population growth, fueled by immigration from across the globe. This demographic surge, coupled with territorial gains, has played a crucial role in shaping the United States into the global power it is today. Number 10. The Great River Road. The Mississippi River is more than just a waterway. It is a symbol of the American identity, a thread that weaves an epic story of more than 2,000 miles, linking the past, present, and future of the country. Its source, in the cold waters of Lake Itasca, Minnesota, marks the beginning of a fascinating journey through 10 states, through lush forests, golden prairies, and mysterious swamps, creating an ecosystem rich in biodiversity. Historically, the Mississippi has been crucial to the development of the United States. During the plantation era, its fertile valleys allowed the cultivation of cotton and tobacco, feeding local economies and marking the landscape with huge farms. Cities sprang up along its banks, thriving as commercial and cultural centers thanks to river traffic. Cities such as St. Louis, famous for its iconic Gateway Arch, was a pivotal point during westward expansion. Memphis, an epicenter of the cotton trade, is also the birthplace of musical genres that define the American identity. From the melancholic chords of the blues in the Mississippi Delta, to the vibrant jazz of New Orleans, a strategic port at the mouth of the Mississippi, which became a crossroads of cultures, flavors, and sounds. A city that enchants with its French colonial architecture, cobblestone streets, and vibrant music scene. Number 11. The South Atlantic Coast, a region rich in history and culture, a hub of technological innovation and higher education, with iconic cities that have been pillars in the formation of the nation. A coastline that blends history, culture, and natural beauty in an epic journey from Virginia Beach to Miami, Florida, where we find Charleston, South Carolina, a historic gem of cobblestone streets, colonial architecture, and antebellum mansions, consider a symbol of the Old South. Savannah, Georgia, famous for its landscape squares and vibrant historic district, where the charm of its cobblestone streets transport us to another era. Further south in Florida, at the mouth of the St. Johns River, we find Jacksonville, a modern metropolis, and St. Augustine, the oldest city in the United States, which whispers of the past with its Spanish-style architecture. Finally, Miami pulsates as the vibrant Latin American heart of the United States, a cosmopolitan city with dream beaches. Beyond its historical charm, this region is a mix of history and modernity, with places like Richmond, Virginia, once the capital of the Confederacy during the Civil War, contrasting with cities like Charlotte, North Carolina, a vibrant financial powerhouse, as well as a rich history in the textile and automotive industries. Atlanta, Georgia, an economic and cultural engine of the South, home to transnational corporations, known for its role in the civil rights movement, offers a glimpse to understand American history. Number 12. The Mountain West. From the peaks of Yellowstone to the Badlands of Dakota, offers a tapestry of landscapes for outdoor adventurers. Idaho and Montana are ideal for fishing and hunting, and Nevada and Utah attract hikers and skiers. In Utah, Salt Lake City, birthplace of Mormonism, now nicknamed Silicon Slopes, was initially founded by Mormon pioneers seeking freedom of worship. Today an emerging tech hub and home to technology companies and startups. Wyoming combines natural beauty with Old West heritage, home to iconic national parks such as the Grand Teton. Colorado, with its towering Rockies, is a premier skiing and hiking destination. World-class ski resorts and charming towns like Aspen and Telluride dot the landscape. Denver, the economic center of the region, is a mining city in its origins, has evolved into a center for various sectors like technology, health, energy, and financial services. Near Denver lies the beautiful city of Colorado Springs, home to the Olympic Training Center, where many greatest Olympic athletes of the country have been trained. By the way, the United States has an impressive record in the Olympic Games, both summer and winter, with 2,972 medals. It is the country that has won the most medals overall in the Summer Olympics, and the second most medals in the Winter Olympics with 330 medals. Number 13. The Rust Belt. Once known as the Industrial Belt, it encompasses the states of Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, a region that once pulsed with the powerful pace of American industry. Its cities, once production centers, were the cradle of innovation and manufacturing, fueling the country's economic growth for decades, developing highways, railroads, and pipelines. In Michigan, the birthplace of the automotive industry, names like Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler became synonymous with progress and industrial might. Indiana became a hub for the steel industry. Its billowing smokestacks marked the landscape. Its factories produced steel, iron, and other materials essential for industrial development. Ohio pioneered the development of the oil industry in the United States, being one of the first states to discover and exploit this valuable natural resource. The state also stood out for its production of rubber, tires, and household appliances. Its cities became centers of innovation, where new technologies and products were developed that transformed everyday life, such as electric lighting, the sewing machine, the cash register, and the traffic light. Illinois, home of Chicago, the Windy City, established itself as a major commercial and financial center. Its steel, meat, and machine factories fueled the national economy, while its skyscrapers symbolize ambition and the American dream. It is a birthplace of inventions that revolutionized the world, from the skyscraper to the telephone and the combine harvester. For more than 175 years, the city has been a hotbed of innovation. Number 14. The U.S. economy. A powerhouse driving global commerce. The U.S. economy is the largest and most diversified in the world, driven by a wide range of sectors and activities that fuel its growth and global relevance. Its companies lead global commerce, with companies such as Walmart and Amazon dominating retail and e-commerce. The services sector accounts for approximately 80% of its GDP and includes subsectors such as finance, insurance, real estate, business services, tourism, and entertainment. Hollywood, the global hub of film and television, thrives alongside this strong service sector. Wall Street's financial institutions and booming Silicon Valley, home to tech giants like Apple, Google, and Amazon, are icons of innovation and economic dynamism. The U.S. is also a hotbed of innovation and manufacturing, accounting for 8% of its economy. From precision machinery, like aerospace technology, to iconic automobiles, American ingenuity is on display. Brands such as Boeing, Caterpillar, and Ford are ambassadors of this tradition. The United States remains a giant in oil and gas production, with Texas and New Mexico at the forefront. ExxonMobil and Chevron are prominent names in this sector, while the rise of renewable energies has given prominence to companies such as Tesla and NextEra Energy. As for agriculture, although it only contributes 1% of its GDP, the United States is a world leader in food production, with states such as Iowa and Nebraska leading in the production of corn, soybeans, beef, and cotton, while California excels in fruits and vegetables. Number 15. The Mid-Atlantic. The East Coast of the United States is a mosaic of landscapes and cultures that capture the imagination. In Pennsylvania, the stillness of the fertile Amish countryside, with its horse-drawn carriages and traditional rhythm of life, contrasts with the cosmopolitan energy of Philadelphia, the birthplace of American independence. Steeped in history, the city boasts landmarks like Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell. Further west, Pittsburgh stands as an industrial giant, the cradle of steel. Its towering factories and wrought iron bridges are a testament to its industrial past, now a center of innovation and culture. Moving northward, we find New Jersey, with its coastline dotted with iconic destinations. Cape May is famous for its Victorian homes and offers a historic and picturesque retreat. Ocean City and Atlantic City vibrate with entertainment and nightlife. Both are known for their casinos and historic boardwalks. To the north, cities like Hoboken and Jersey City are vital parts of the New York metropolitan area, offering breathtaking views of the Manhattan skyline and vibrant urban life. Finally, we arrive in New York, a global metropolis, the crown jewel of the Atlantic seaboard. representing the American spirit. From the mighty Hudson River, which flows majestically to the heart of Manhattan, with its iconic skyscrapers such as the Empire State Building and One World Trade Center, to the Statue of Liberty, Times Square, Central Park, Fifth Avenue, and Wall Street, which form the financial, cultural, and social epicenter of the country. Number 16. Immigration to the United States. The formation of the United States is a story woven by millions of immigrants who, with hope and determination, cross oceans and borders in search of a new beginning. From the nation's beginnings in the 17th century, the British, Dutch, and French established the first colonies, laying the foundations of a nation in the making. The 19th century saw a surge of Irish, Germans, and Scandinavians, escaping poverty and oppression, and finding opportunity in the vast and fertile lands of the United States. In the early 20th century, Ellis Island became the symbol of the American dream. Millions of Europeans, including Italians, Russian Jews, and Poles, arrived seeking freedom and prosperity. They worked in factories, built railroads and cities, and enriched the culture with their traditions and languages. By 1910, 90% of immigrants came from Europe, with Germans being the largest single group. Their descendants make up a significant portion of the U.S. population today. Nowadays, things have changed. Only 1 out of 10 immigrants comes from Europe, with the main influx now from Latin American countries and Asia. In the last decades of the 20th century, Latin Americans arrived in large numbers, driving the growth of key sectors such as agriculture, construction, and services. Their cultural influences transformed entire communities and cities, especially in states like California, Texas, and Florida. Number 17. Texas. The second largest state in the U.S. Texas is a land of dramatic contrasts and rich cultural diversity. Famous for its iconic cowboy and rodeo culture, Texas keeps the traditions of the Old West alive. The vast prairies and cattle ranches have made the state a leader in cattle production. The state's landscapes range from the open prairies of the Panhandle to the lush forests of the east. From the sunny beaches of the Gulf of Mexico to the mountains of the Big Bend, every corner of Texas offers something unique. The discovery of oil in the early 1900s transformed Texas into an energy giant and the nation's second largest economy. Cities like Houston, known as the energy capital of the world, are home to major oil companies and renewable energy research centers, making the state a pillar in the global oil economy. Austin, the state capital, boasts a towering capitol that dominates the cityscape. The city is known for its vibrant music scene and innovative tech economy, housing numerous startups and tech companies. Dallas and Fort Worth, too, form the metroplex that is called the Silicon Prairie. Fort Worth maintains its Old West charm with its historic district, while Dallas is a modern hub of commerce, technology, and finance. This dynamic city is known for its innovation and rapid growth. What amazing fact did you find most surprising? Which place would you love to visit the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And see you in our next exploration of wonders around our planet.